Peace stars, what's good? Well, you guys, some of you guys might be wondering what the hell's going on here. Halftime to crunch time. This is something that I did last season. I actually did all 72 games plus the playoffs. I actually was on at the half, at the beginning, and then I just let it go all the way to crunch time since I was watching the game anyway. The whole purpose of this, of this halftime to crunch time stuff is a lot of times for these games, a lot of times I'm just getting home from work, and I'm quite sure a lot of you feel the same. You're just getting home from work, you're trying to get yourself together, so you can't really, pay attention to the game. You're watching it on your phone, trying to figure it out. You got it on mobile, trying to do what you got to do, kissing the kids to bed and all that other stuff. And then by the time halftime comes around, you settle down, you got your beer ready. Now you're gonna watch. It's gonna watch the second half, and get ready for the post game shows and stuff like that, man. So, that's a little summary of what this is, the halftime, the crunch time. So periodically, I'm gonna have people on the show to just pop in and give me to keep me company. But for the most part, you're gonna see me here talking about the game and stuff. So before we get started, hit the thumbs up and so please subscribe if you haven't already. If you're just coming on to the channel and checking us out, and we're gonna talk about the game. But I got to give it the proper intro. Yeah, so as you can see on the right hand side of the screen, it's Friday the 13th, August 13th, Friday the 13th, man. God, it was a hot one today, man. I even caught a nice argument with my wife today, which was great. So it must be Friday the 13th, man. Nice little energy for you guys out there. So like I said, I'm a real person, got a lot of things going on. I'm still on vacation. That vacation is winding down. But I'm here to talk about the Knicks, man. Right now, the Knicks are losing 36-31. The game did not start off that way, man. The game started out kind of crazy. But shout out to Emmanuel quickly. We was wondering if he was gonna step up to the plate with the matchups. So as we look up here, I'm not gonna look at the Knicks matchups. We're gonna take a look at the Pistons starting off. Their starting point guard on paper is Killian Hayes. So right off the bat, quickly strip Killian Hayes. Just stripped him. So that was the energy that he was given started the game. So I really appreciate that. But going forward, that first few minutes of that game, man, the Pistons came out like gangbusters, and then they just freaking assaulted us and went on a nice little lead and whatever. But here's the thing with that. I think the Knicks weren't. Well, they were just really like hyped up to try to stop these guys. Of course, we got the big names. They got a lot of second year players, like just like the Knicks do. So they want their second year players to really attack their second year players. And plus Kay Cunningham and Killian is there too. You know what I'm saying? So they really want to make an impression. So I just think that's what it was. The nerves of it all. Emmanuel quickly was chucking early in the beginning. The Knicks couldn't really get their offense together. One thing I would like to shout out as far as offense is concerned, Obi. Obi was giving his best Julius Randle impersonation, which I thought was dope. Just him setting up the offense, finding guys in the corner, getting the ball to swing around, that type of thing. One thing, same thing like Julius Randle, he got to stop jumping in the air and throwing passes. So that's definitely something that Obi Toppin is going to have to figure out as time goes on. We'll talk more about Obi Toppin as this crunch time thing goes along. But let's talk about Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham, I mean, he seems like a good player, but I remember in the beginning of the year they was talking about he was 6'10", and then he went down to 6'8". Now in summer league he looks short, man. He looks very short. He looks like a baby compared to Grimes. Grimes looks really huge next to Cade Cunningham. So I'm just looking at the size of him. Cade Cunningham, is he a point guard? I don't really think so. Like towards I want to say right now, basically right before the halftime, Killian was playing more the point guard. He had some of the other guys come in also to play point guard. But Cade Cunningham, I don't think he's a point guard. Just because the guy could pass, just because the guy could shoot, just because like he took on that higher role in college, doesn't mean that he's a point guard. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cade Cunningham. He's a good player. I'm not here to shit on him. I thought he was really good talking the ball. They had him mic'd up for that first quarter. So him talking the ball, trying to get guys involved and stuff like that is something that's really good to see. Shout out to Manuel Quickly. Manuel Quickly is doing the same thing on the Knicks end, making sure he's doing a lot of talking, making sure the other guys are talking and communicating out there. So that's a sign of not necessarily a point guard, a sign of leadership, sign of a good basketball player. Same thing with Quickly. So you got to give the same credit for both players because essentially they're really kind of like the same kind of guy. They're not point guards. In the case for quickly, he might not even be a shooting guard either, man. He just might be in between. Kate Cunningham, he might just be a shooting guard, just a glorified shooting guard. Killian Hayes is perfect to have next to him, so these guys are going to grow together. I'm not sold on the way that he commands the game, running the point guard and stuff. He did have 3 assists, as you guys can see on the screen here. He had 3 assists, 4 points, kind of steady. If he finishes the game with 10 and 6, that's really like a good outing for him. So just be steady, play shooting guard too. Let the ball come back to you, hit the open shot, maybe get into the paint a little bit, step back, jump shots. Same thing Quickly's doing. That's what Killian Hayes is basically doing. Two different styles of players, but they basically have the same role on their team, especially in the summer league. Back to Kate Cunningham. He did have 8 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. That doesn't look like point guard numbers. That looks like shooting guard, small forward numbers. You know what I'm saying? So right here, especially with Sadiq Bey, here, and also this guy Jamarco Pickett, he shot the three really well today. I mean, he's actually playing a decent scoring game. Not really so much else for his stats, because he has 13 points. He only has 1 rebound. No other stats to be found there. Sadiq Bey is doing what he's supposed to do: 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. That's what he's going to do in the NBA. Just basically the same thing. He's going to have high rebounds. He's nice and strong. He's going to give you double figures in points. And, that's basically it for Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey happens to be, Simeon Russell's cousin or nephew or whatever you want to say. I'm joking there, because Simeon Russell really liked Sadiq Bey during the draft. And he got his thing. Though. He actually is a really good basketball player. So shout out to them. Sadiq Bey is really good. He's playing really good defense on Obi Toppin earlier on. In the beginning of the game, also too, man. I feel like the Knicks and the Pistons, they got mixed up with switching, because they're not actually defending the guy that's defending them. So as soon as they come across halftime, it's like a mixed match where guys are trying to communicate to get back on defense. So that attributed to Detroit's nice little run in the beginning of the game too. But as this first half went along, everything settled down and stuff. So any other players here on Detroit? Not really, man. There's not really too many standout guys. Saban Lee, I thought he had a nice presence out there. He's 1 for 6. A lot of those shots could have went down. It was like in and out kind of shots. They weren't bad shots. So let's say if he would have made 2 of his shots, you're talking about him putting up 8 points instead of 4. You know what I'm saying? So he's been playing a pretty decent game. Garza, I've been really watching. 7 rebounds he has. He's active, very active body. Surprisingly, he's been doing decent with defense. If I'm not mistaken, what's this here? Is that blocks? Yeah, he did have 2 blocks in the beginning. He's playing hard. He did have a charge. He got called for a charge. Because one of our guys, our defensive player McBride, was in his way. Was able to stop him. But a couple things one thing that kind of reminded me of like old school a little bit. His whole game is old school, but he had got the ball. As soon as he got the ball, instead of going into his move, he kind of stepped and turned into the guy and shot it. That's like an old school move, man. Just trying to get an angle on a guy. Knowing that you can. Guy's a little bit shorter. Maybe he's playing you a little bit too far to your left. So then you make a nice little moves, a turn right, and just put the shot up. That's old school 70s, 80s basketball. You know what I'm saying? I didn't play in those eras, but, I was raised by those people. So when they were teaching us how to play basketball, that's what they used to do to us. It used to be annoying, you know what I'm saying, growing up. So that's exactly what's going down with Garza's game. I like his game. So I'm really going to be looking forward to seeing what he's going to do in the second half. So here we go. This is summer league. So the halftime is not as long as the NBA ones are. But since I talked about the Detroit Pistons, in the second half, I guess I'll give you a little bit more insight about our players. So the game is starting here. We got Quickly at the top of the key, drives in right away. Garza just punched it. They're not calling that the stupid incidental contact nonsense. So they let the block stand, and Manuel Quickly went flying. Last year, they probably would have called a foul there. So at least Emmanuel Quickly's driving. They're attacking Garza, which is interesting because that makes his third block for the game. So they're attacking him, and Garza is actually stepping up to the plate. So that's very interesting, man. Shout out to the guy that's guarding Garza, Mr. Reed Travis. I was joking, talking about Grimes was hot garbage in that first game. Reed Travis is not an NBA basketball player. He's just there because he's tall. You know what I'm saying? He looks a little he looks a little aggravated. Look a little stressed. He might not be in the best of shape. His reaction time is horrible. I'm looking at him now. He just looks like I can't even tell you what it looks like. He looks like somebody out of like a horror movie. You know what I'm saying? Like a Walking Dead. Jesus Christ, man. He's like a weird looking dude, man. But he's definitely got to get himself in shape. He's not in shape. I'm gonna, talk his game up to him being out of shape. Rokas is with the ball. No, excuse me. That was still the same lame Reed Travis. It goes Grimes with a try to make a step back jump shot. He can't really create his own shot, man. That's his problem. Quickly with good defense on Cunningham just now. Nice little strip. That's another thing. Cunningham too. As good as he plays, as smart as he is, he can't create his own shot either. He has a little bit of problem putting the ball on the floor. He doesn't know how to protect it. There goes Garza operating. It's just operating against mediocre talent. So I can't really gauge what Garza's really doing because, Reed is so bad. Reed Travis is so bad. Here we go, quickly trying to get into the lane. Again, challenging Garza, and then they stop him. They didn't really call the foul until he basically hit the floor. So that was like a late call kind of. So that's going to be a sign for what's going to happen with the Knicks and the NBA going forward. Is they're not going to call those bullshit fouls. Now, once these stars get into the game, that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. So, of course, Wayne Shelton has been terrible. He's 2 for 4 today, so at least he was able to put the ball in the basket today. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He actually played decent in the beginning. Trying to if he didn't do what he did, then the lead would have been worse. So I'm not gonna say that he's hot garbage tonight, but he's just terrible. He's a guy that's gonna go back to Europe, and we're probably never gonna hear of him again. What else is going on here? While quickly shooting a 3-pointer, McBride came in there, gave them a nice little steady pace there because they were out of control. Shout out to MJ Walker. I never seen him play in my life, but he came in there with defensive power, like the freaking Power Rangers. I'll call him in there. And he came in there and he showed a lot, man. MJ Walker, number 28 on the Knicks. He's on the bench right now. So we'll see if he comes in and does the same thing like he did last quarter. There goes Selton. Selton can't do anything, man. Sadiq Bey is just in the paint, just doing what he wants to, just waiting to turn around and just lay it up because they can't stop him. Travis Reed almost traveled. You got to remember to dribble when you get the ball. It just sucks, man. A couple other guys too. Rokas. When he came in, he also was a part of that spark that got the Knicks back into the game. But like I said, they kind of like lost the game in the beginning, and then they settled back into the point now where the Knicks are they're just within striking distance right now. As Cade hits a 3-pointer, my timestamp is 7:50 in the game. I'm watching it on ESPN on the stream, on an official stream for anybody's just wondering. I got the score 43-33. Got Grimes with Quickly. Quickly's kind of off today. Quickly's not seeing the court well. He's dribbling into double teams, constantly getting blocked, thrown to the floor. Selden is just wild, man. He's just wild. He's not a really very good basketball player. The Knicks defense, these older guys. Shout out to Lee. What's the guy's full name? Selbin Lee, I believe his name is. Sabin Lee, excuse me. He's a second year or just a veteran NBA player. I want to say I think it's second year, or second or third year, and he can get to the basket whenever he wants to, because he just has that he just knows how to play. Sadiq Bey, same thing, is going to get where he wants to when he wants to. Same thing with Garza. Our players, man, they're just not doing that. It's going to be a struggle. Obi Toppin, can't create his own shot. Who's number 2? Number 2 on Detroit, his energy has been pretty high. Let's see if I can get a name on this guy. I believe that's Pickett. Pickett's playing pretty good. Detroit Pistons defense is rattling the Knicks right now. Right now, the Knicks looking like they don't even want to be here today. Looks like they're ready to hit the strip and get that popping off. They look very unorganized a little bit. I see McBride is finally here. As soon as I make a take, the Knicks do exactly the opposite of what I said. So good defensive stop. Uh, quickly being guarded by Cade. Ah, man, it's just Summer League is tough to watch, man. Summer League is very tough to watch as far as calling it. Because once the big leagues start, stuff like that pick and roll with our guy Obi Toppin. Julius Randle is going to finish that. If you're doing a pick and roll, you have to be ready for the roll. You got to be ready to catch on the roll. You know what I'm saying? So that's inexcusable for Toppin. Of course, it's always the passer's fault, but the guy has to make himself available as a target, and he also has to get the ball as well. Oh man, it's another hot night, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the AC because it gives me sinus issues. So you're gonna see me sweating this whole game here. Yeah, and if anybody's paying attention, feel free to call in if you want to. I'll put the call in number if anybody wants to call in. So I'll have that at the bottom of the screen as well too. Get involved in the chat. I'm looking at the chat as well. I'm just trying to give you the little halftime report before this game got busy, man. But the halftime was really short. Even these quarters, man. I feel like the third quarter is almost done. It's like 5 minutes left in this third quarter. Now Obi Toppin finally hits a three. We shout out to everybody who's hanging out here. Of course, Greenhouse is here. Thank God we didn't draft Killian Hayes. Absolutely, man. He's not bad though. He's not a bad player. But at this moment, he looks a little. Is that him there? He looks a little slimmer. That was his problem last year. I don't think that he was. I don't think that he was in shape last year. That was his problem. So this year he appears to be in NBA shape. He's a lot slimmer. So, you're right about that. He's soft. He's just soft. But that's something that I think, culture-wise, him learning the NBA and getting comfortable. I think by maybe like mid-season or even by like probably more than likely his third year, I think Killian Hayes will probably make that jump to the next level because he does have real NBA skills already. It's not something that he has to learn how to do things. He just really has to like develop like just playing for the NBA. Playing overseas is one thing. Playing for the NBA is a totally different thing. So I would say, maybe mid-season, or maybe towards the end of the year, he's going to start really looking like an NBA player, Killian Hayes. But he's not a Knick man, so as we all say, fuck him, right? So let's get the Knicks box score up here. So if anybody wants to follow that, they can. Let me get this down. Make sure I don't accidentally X out this damn thing. Make this a little bit smaller if anybody's watching. That way you can see me sweat my nuts off. Oh man. Yeah, he got a plane ticket ready to go back to Europe. Shout out to Jarrell. What's good, man? Yeah, once again, Mr. Greenhouse always reminds me you got to hit those likes and thumbs ups and subscribes and all that stuff. If you want to see more stuff like this, just a companion episode, halftime to Crunchtime. For those that missed the intro in the beginning and those that are coming in now, halftime to Crunchtime is basically a halftime show that I do. Just give them, just give a little insight about what's going on during for that first half, and I'll just be rocking with you until the end, till the game finishes. So what makes me do this podcast is that for myself, I'm never ready for the beginning of the game. Usually I'm like coming home from work or I'm doing a honey-do list or, hopefully coming from the gym or something like that. And then I'm getting home and I got to take care of the kids before, 7:30 is here. And I got the phone in my hand. I'm watching the game and I can't really get settled until after the kids are in their room and winding down and I could close the door and I can actually, get my beer out because I don't like to drink in front of the kids and I can actually enjoy the game and stuff. So that usually doesn't happen for me until halftime. So that's what sparks this halftime to crunch time episode. So I'm more than likely going to be doing this, for the remainder of the year. I'll probably do it for the entire season. We'll see what happens. Like I said, sometimes people jump on it. But now this is like a sneak attack. I wasn't even sure if I was going to do it tonight. But sometimes Sims pops on. He popped on a lot last year. Thank you for him, man. I think maybe 80% of the episodes he came on with me. I really appreciate that. But also other people's come on, especially NBK guys have came on, especially like for earlier games. Some guys were more available to come on with me. But that's what it is, in a nutshell for this halftime of Crunch Time show. So you get to see my reactions to games, especially in that fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's a heat wave, man. So if you're laughing at me for me sweating, I'm sorry, man. It's fucking hot as hell in my little area where I'm doing the podcast at. I got the fans going, but the fans, I don't feel anything. So I'm like on fire right now. So far, not so much action. Right now, the Knicks are down by 20, man. It's not really good. You would like to see it a little bit closer. Uh, the thing with Detroit, like I mentioned before, they have second year players as well. And then they also have a super rookie in Kate Cunningham. Garza's a good player. Garza should have went higher than he went. Of course, he's just a good, solid basketball player. So the Knicks also have returning players too, man. So we should be a little bit more competitive. But the difference between the Knicks second year players and Detroit second year players, Sadiq Bey can actually defend. So he's been exposing Obi for the most part whenever they've had that matchup. Also shout out to Quickly. Quickly was basically locked up in that first half for the most part. He's just wasn't able to get to where he wanted to go. There's always been a defender there. This game is a little bit more NBA style, a lot more physical. McBride right now he has the ball at the top of the key, and there's nothing going on there. It's just a one-on-one move, step back, long jump shot. Not really no action. Guys are just implanted, their feet in the ground, not really moving. Detroit's really doing the same thing too, but I like their spacing a little bit better because the Knicks are just implanted in the corners. As somebody from Detroit just bangs it on it just now. That guy looks like a 7-footer. Can't really get his name there. And somebody like this, some of these guys, like as Jarrett said, his last name is Jarrett. There, he's a big dude. He's definitely a 7-footer. So the Knicks don't have anybody with that size to compete with. So this is going to be an ugly game, man. I feel like this is just a bad matchup for the Knicks when it comes down to it. But like I said, in summer league, it would be nice to win that championship. I said it in the last podcast. It would be nice for for them to win it, just to see it, just to carry that over into training camp and stuff like that. Just something to talk about, with the guys when you're talking shit and stuff. But the Knicks, this is just not really a good matchup for the Knicks. So right now we're just scouting. We're just doing some heavy scouting. So I'm just gonna scroll up. I want to see who this guy is. That's Grant Jarrett. I'm not really familiar with him, man. He only played 8 minutes so far. He got 4 rebounds, of course, an assist, and he just made that dunk. He also has a block. Right now, Detroit, they have 4 blocks in this game. Just playing good defense, good man defense, man, nice and physical. Sadiq Bey right now has 9 points. Pickett still got 13. Kay Cunningham is 14. Kay Cunningham is gonna score on this level. It's not gonna be hard for him to score. Now, when the season starts, I think it's gonna be a little bit different because he's not gonna get away with playing point guard at all. Starting off the year, so they're gonna have to figure that out. Killing Hayes is gonna have to bring that ball up, and Kay Cunningham is gonna have to figure out something else with that shooting guard. So we'll see. That's why you play the games, Some of these other guys here, a couple of other guys, they're not really doing much. Sadiq Bey is really the Sadiq Bey, Pickett, Kay Cunningham, Hayes. These guys are the ones that are setting the table right now for Detroit. They're playing really good team defense. I'll give you that much, though. And so far, there's nothing really to talk about with the Knicks, man. Getting stuck with one-on-one basketball. Guys, they're playing one-man top. 2 men on the sides, and then just not really able to create anything. As soon as they get the ball, right now they're in the play now, 2-man game. Quickly can't score. The shooters are supposed to be in their position as Obi Toppin hits another 3-pointer. That's basically what we're going to be doing, man. Get the ball, pick and roll, guys hit the corner and try to find a shooter. That's how we're playing right now. It seems. The defensive intensity is being matched by Detroit, and like I'm trying to say, Detroit's defense is just better than ours right now. Right now, Obi Toppin is becoming a freaking Larry Bird right before our eyes. That's like his 3rd 3-pointer, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can refresh that. I believe that's his 3rd 3-pointer tonight. They only got him listed as I'm not really sure if they have him listed as for 3. Let's see. On my count, I thought I counted 3. So no, that is his 2nd 3-pointer. I thought it was his 3rd one. There might be something wrong there. I could have sworn he had 2 other 3-pointers in this game. I do not like his jump shot, guys. The way the overextension is just not good. So far he has 15 points, 15 unmemorable points, man. 2 3-pointers. He was able to get to the line. So you're talking about 6-6. You're talking about 6 points there from the line and from the 3-point range. So outside of that, now you're talking about 9 points from the field. I just don't remember anything that he did. He had a nice little dunk, but it was just like it just open. If he has an open lane, and nobody's there like quick enough to take him off his square, he's gonna score. But as soon as you come in his way, not even bump him, just get in his way. He's just not really a good scorer, man. So that's just really what I'm gonna say, man, about Obi Toppin. It's something that's not gonna improve in summer league, but it's definitely something that needs to improve if he's gonna get minutes. If he's gonna get minutes the way you guys want. Shout out to Kenneth Hayes. Kenneth Hayes, I've seen him before. He's been here before, dropping knowledge and stuff. Like button. We don't need no stinking like button. Yeah, fuck the like button, man. I always forget about the like button. And so, if you guys like hanging out with me, just hit the like button, man. Let's see what's going on. I did tell you guys that the phone lines were open. I'm not even sure if anybody called. You rang? Did anybody call? Yeah, man. So I got this there. Let me plug it up. The last time I had phone calls, I didn't have it plugged up. I didn't have it plugged up. You know what I'm saying? So people were calling, and the panel couldn't hear the freaking phone. It's like stupid. What's the Knicks G League stats? I'm quite sure you're following. They're right on the screen. We got Chef New York is here. Trying to look at the avatars there. He has that Randall and RJ magazine there. Pretty good. Hit them likes, man. Right now we're on commercial. Just came off commercial. Obi Top quickly bringing the ball up the court, setting up the offense. Obi Top is running around like a retard. Another little pick, like a superficial pick and roll they're kind of doing to get Obi Top in a jump shot at the foul line. I kind of like that play. A lot of superficial screens, and then it finally got Obi Top in a nice little jump shot at the foul line. I kind of like that. That's something that I would like to see Obi Toppin get when the season starts. Kind of like that. A couple plays that I would love to see implemented. That's that crisscross superficial screen play is exactly what Kemba Walker is going to be great at. Same thing with Fournier. You put Fournier and Kemba Walker in that position, and they're going to be able to score real easy, man. So I kind of like that. Another pick and roll play there to get Obi Toppin a dunk. It's very nice. And man, if you're gonna get these out, you got to get it out now with summer league. Knicks defense is starting to catch up a little bit. Knicks defense is playing pretty good right now. They got a couple burgers in the game right now for Detroit. I believe Kate Cunningham is in the game. Right now they're showing a replay of him doing a one-on-one move. It's nice. But Obi Toppin over the top, that's something that a play you're going to see Mitchell Robinson do a lot. I would rather see Obi Toppin go over the top than Mitchell Robinson go over the top than Obi Toppin. It's just something to look at going forward. Right there, quickly messed up the play. The play was for Obi Toppin to sprint to the basket, which would have been an easy bucket because nobody was paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So for a play like that, if that's Walker at the top of the key making that play, see right there. He messed up. I guess he thought that Obi Toppin was going to come out. You know what I'm saying? So it should have been the right play should have been him throwing the ball to as an alley oop to Toppin. So he's going to get talked to by the coaching staff on the side there more than likely. But like I said, put some of these guys in position like Walker and Mitchell Robinson, and these plays are going to look a lot better for us next year. So I'm really looking forward to that, man. So that's the thing with summer league. Run some plays, see how they look. Let the young guys mess around with them. Then you have something to review as far as tapes is concerned. And then once you have the tape, then you can show the veteran guys what you want to do in training camp, and you just go from there. That's what summer league is so important. You got to have footage. You got to have footage of how you want to play, plays that you want to run, and then that way you can show the next guy, and then hopefully they could run it a little bit better. Let's take a look at these. I got to catch up with these comments here. Big Task is here. Yeah, Toppin with those threes, man. If he's making them, it's good. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't like the overextension of that elbow. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets comfortable hitting that jump shot, you probably see that elbow relax a little bit. But here's one thing about McBride that I want to point out. Uh, his in and out dribble is trash. He plays high. He plays very tall. He doesn't get low on the dribble. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't really. He's not really quick with the moves to the basket. He's always playing straight up. Even on defense, he's always kind of like in like a hunched over, kind of like zombie kind of stance at all times. That's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it puts him in position to shoot the ball, and he plays good defense. That's why he's able to get into the passing lanes because of the style of defense he plays. But if you're gonna ask him to create his shot, in a creative way, he's not really gonna be able to do that for you. Here goes Rokas. Rokas looks like he's playing point guard a little bit here. Rokas is a lot taller than I expected. So here we go. What I'm saying here with McBride as McBride drives the lane there, like his dribble package is not really that good, man. It's kind of vanilla. Him driving the lane just now too was kind of like lazy a little bit. But I'm not at all calling him lazy. It's just the style of which he plays. You know what I'm saying? So there's something just to watch when the big guys, once he starts playing against real NBA talent, they'll be able to use that against him. Here he goes for a 3-pointer. I like him as a spot up 3-point shooter. He has nice form in his jump shot. I like what I see with Rokas. Rokas is not as methodical. He looks athletic. He looks taller than I expected, which is interesting. He's fighting. He's playing decent defense. He's talking out there, believe it or not, for somebody that doesn't speak English as a first language. He's actually out there talking a lot. Congratulating players and this, that, and the other. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do for us. I actually would like to see him in training camp, Rokas, if he can make it. It's just something for guys to compete. Nothing like competition. Like I said, Vildoza, right now, Rokas is giving us a better impression than Vildoza at this moment. That's Saban Lee. These guys are just veteran players, so they're going to play a stronger style of basketball compared to some of these other rookies and stuff out there. So like I said, right now Detroit's main guys are playing a lot better than our main guys, and that's just the end of it right there, man. I like the sub. Thank you very much, Mr. Mountaineer fan. Shout out to I believe I've seen you before, if I'm not mistaken. But if I haven't seen you, welcome to the podcast. Hopefully for guys that are not from New York, of course I'm a Knicks podcast, but I also talk about a lot of other different things too. I talk about like life, family, all kind of stuff, and I'll also try to be funny the best that I can. Especially when I have guests and whatnot. So if you enjoy what's going on and you like the sub, I really appreciate you, man. Mountaineer fan. You're from West Virginia, maybe. Maybe a New Yorker. Just in West Virginia right now. Shout out to you. Yep, Mr. Jarrell is here chilling. We going until the end. I got you, brother. Shout out to I am Jarrell. He has bars and shots. It's a nice little podcast with him and his three brethren, his three partners, and they talk about all kind of subjects. Hot topics as far as politics, everything, music especially, which is really nice. A lot of different things that these guys talk about, but I'm talking about the chemistry and just things that they say to each other is really good. All four of the guys are really, really good. They probably could do podcasts on their own, but the four of them together, they don't step on each other's toes. Nobody's arguing. Just good conversation. So shout out to Bars and Shots. That's that I am Jarrell is a co-host on there. Check those guys out. Mr. Billy Valdez is here. What's up, Billy Valdez? Checking you out. Let's get it. We got Chef New York is still hanging out here. Obi had a couple dunks, man. A couple nice little dunks. The alley-oop play is going to be there. These young guys are not paying attention. So once we get to the bigger guys, they're not going to allow those type of plays as much, especially like these sneaky alley-oops and stuff. It's not really gonna fly as easily in the big leagues. Say Mitchell Robinson. When Mitchell Robinson gets these same style of plays, these alley-oops, is usually way more physical. But Mitchell Robinson can bring the pain also. That's why it works. So right now the Detroit Pistons are just gonna shoot us out the damn gym. Right now we're down by 19, I believe. So they're just making all their 3-point shots at the moment. I'm gonna take a look at the box score in a second. Amir Sims. Amir Sims is a guy that I really wanted him to succeed. but he's not really getting too much minutes. But he's decent. He's a decent player. I'm rooting for him to show something before but this might actually be the last preseason game, I believe, for the Knicks, right? Yeah, McBride just drew a charge, but they didn't call it. Just call a no call. I love the no calls. I hope they bring that to the regular season. Leave it up to the no calls, man. That way these players won't yeah, right now Obi's feasting right now. Obi's feasting. That little in between games, as soon as he gets it, shoot it, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Him being a power guy, being able to create his own shot, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, especially in the big leagues. This not gonna work. Him getting his shot, get to the spot that's open already, and then take the jump shot, jump and take your little shot. That's what's gonna work for him. Shout out to this community. He's doing good. His birthday's coming up. I'm waiting for you, brother. Birthday's coming up. Mr. Aiden Donahue from the Knicks community is turning 18, man. You've seen him on the show a few times. He's finally going to be legal, so I can start throwing the curse words and being a little bit more spicy when he comes on. Yeah, man, he comes from a good family and stuff. Parrish Duggar. Why no Jericho Sims? I believe he might have some kind of like nicky-nack injury, if I'm not mistaken. Nothing crazy, but there's no reason to push guys out. There's only summer league, and then also too, it might be like 4-game limits for some people. Maybe they want to take a longer look at some other guys, like Travis Reed, not Travis Reed, Reed Travis. He even has his name is backwards. That's how trash he is. So the Knicks want to look at other players. So that's really what's going on there. Get a different look at center. If we had Jericho Sims, maybe we would have competed a little bit better, especially in the beginning. Just the physicality might have been a little bit more better. But you want to see what Obi Toppin is going to do with the extended minutes. Right now, I think Obi Toppin is playing center, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Obi Toppin is playing center. So without Jericho Sims there, now you got Obi Toppin playing in a position that he might be useful for us next year. So far, he's playing against guys that are slow-footed. So he's able to take advantage of certain guys like that. But like I said, when the big leagues, when guys like they got Jeremy Grant on the screen. If Jeremy Grant is guarding Obi Toppin, what is Obi Toppin going to do for you? Jeremy Grant will lock you up. He'll lock Obi Toppin up. That's why you play the games. That's why you have competition. But truthfully, man, if Jeremy Grant is guarding Obi, or just one of the guys guarding Obi, have somebody a little bit. Maybe if Sadiq Bey and Jeremy Grant are your starters and Obi's out there, that's at a disadvantage for the Knicks, man. Roberto Mendez, I see the Puerto Rican flag. I'm half Puerto Rican. My pops is full-blooded Puerto Rican. My mom's is I always say this, she's just black. People get mad at me when I say that, but I mean she's just American, man, down south. Families from down south, Brooklyn girl. That's what most people from Brooklyn are. They just American black, got family from down south, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Yeah, quickly just had a sigh of relief. He just drove and made a layup. He hasn't done really much of that the whole game, man. So he might have ran out of steam, or maybe the scouting report. That's another thing too. Maybe the scouting report finally caught up too quickly, because they're doing a good job of riding his hip and pushing him more balance, because the league is not calling that stuff, man. Yeah, man. Why they starting lineup? Well, because again, I think I answered it already. It's just for the simple fact that they just want to see how guys are doing. How guys succeed in certain positions. As you can see, the Knicks are getting blown up by 19. With 7, I'm at 7:55 right now in the game. Quickly has the ball, calling for a pick. So another superficial pick, step back 3-pointer. Not really a good shot, but he made it. Knicks community is still hanging out here. Just unfair that the Pistons ended up with Cade and Garza. Yeah, man. Your Garza should have been a first-round pick. Garza's a very good player, man. You guys can see the stats and stuff, but that's one thing too. This NBA.com, they didn't really show you the full stats, really. don't want make sure I don't mess up the stream here. Hope I don't exit out here. But anyway, let's see what Garza has right now. Garza has 3 blocks still, 8 and 10. As Sheldon hurts himself and he bangs heads with freaking Grimes. Man, get Sheldon out of here before he fucking hurts somebody. Right now, Sheldon, what does Sheldon have right now? Sheldon's basically embarrassing himself. He got 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and then he comes over to help Grimes, and then just trips on Grimes' ankle, and gets Sheldon the fuck out of here before he hurts himself or somebody else. Like it's just a waste. It's a waste of time for him to be out there. He's not helping nobody, man. We don't need to see if he can play, if he's going to help us, because he's not. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I don't think Obi played preseason last year. Right? Is that what we're talking about? Grant didn't lock up Obi last preseason. They didn't even play preseason. But I guess you're talking about regular season. Jeremy Grant averaged like over 20 points a game. He could have been most improved player if if Julius Randle wasn't on the winning team. So Jeremy Grant had a nice breakout year, and Obi didn't really play much. Just watching the Pistons here. The guards is nice, man. Nice. He can handle the ball. He's showing that he can handle it. Jesus Christ. They're second-year players and they're veteran rookies, man. They're just better than ours. Obi Toppin, nice little finish on the inside. Every single time I say that Obi Toppin can't score, he just scores. I'm just about to get an argument with Parrish Duggar here about Obi Toppin, and freaking Obi Toppin just scores again. This is crazy, man. Let me see. To be honest, with shout out to Brennan Lacovetti. Hopefully I got that. We got 550 in the game right now. Grimes bringing the ball up on the right-hand side. Picked by Obi, and then just chucks up a three-pointer, but he makes it. So it's always a good shot when you make it. So anyway, Brennan, what is he talking about here? To be honest, Obi's looking like he can seriously be an legit. Yeah, of course. I didn't say he doesn't look like an NBA player. I'm just very critical about the way he needs to improve. Right now he's our best player. He's a guy that's going to finish if he has space. In the next level, guys could defend a little bit better, especially scattering ports and that type of thing. So it will be a lot more difficult for Obi to score. Don't expect. I'm not saying that you guys believe that, man. Because if you clicked on the Dire Knicks podcast, that means you hear more than likely to see, is this guy really like a diehard? Now, I know he ain't a diehard like me. I know a lot of people kind of come on here to say that. So I'm not disrespecting anybody here or whatever. But like you all know, the style of play, especially just like I said with scouting, it's just harder on the second level. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely not going to be as easy for Obi to score, and you guys know that, man. I don't need to chastise you guys, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I see that. I definitely see it, especially like a young Clyde. I definitely see that, man. But he has no spice in his game, though. Grimes, Grimes just seems like he's just going to be a 3-and-D guy, and that's it. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything else for us. He can't really create his own shot. That's the one thing too. Sim actually said that today, and he actually was quoting Guillermo, if I'm not mistaken, from Legion of Knicks. This whole MBK fan, man. So he basically was saying that that Grimes is just figuring out that this is the pro level, and he can't get away with the shit that he did at college. Because the pro level is just a step above, so they're not going to let him get to the basket. He's going to make his little bullshit move and get to the basket. In college, he'll do that all day. But against the pros, he's not going to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point I'm trying to make. Obi Toppin can get past, in college, he'll destroy in college. And in the preseason, it seems like he's able to destroy in preseason. But in the next level, like I said, it'll just whatever you see now is going to be a drop in play. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm not chastising anybody. So, like, say 23 points now, kind of scoring at will, basically right now, playing very good, scoring the ball. 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Temper that. You know what I'm saying? A lot once you get to the next level. But eventually, I think Obi Toppin with the way that we see playing here is going to be the Obi Toppin once he finally gets it together. That is what I'll give you. I'll definitely agree with anybody with that. You know, as soon as Obi Toppin gets that skill set, cleans up things, get a little bit stronger, more confident. This is the Obi Toppin that we're going to see once he finally tops off. You know what I'm saying? Pushing the 20-point mark, pushing the 10 rebound mark. You know, getting a couple assists. You know, maybe a steal, maybe a block, that type of thing. You know, that's going to be something that's going to be important as he gets along the line. You know, I just said Grimes can't get to the basket, and then Grimes just made a nice drive and passed it to the wrong guy. He passed it to Shelton. You know, Mr. Sheldon, Wayne Sheldon. You know, sorry, man. I wish I had your NBA body. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be like a multimillionaire if I did. That's one thing, man. See, like, I'm a podcaster. People always saying, "Oh, you curse too much." They're always saying a bunch of stuff. You know, but I podcast every day, and I do it live. You know, so everything I'm saying is just off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? Basketball is off the cuff. You know, but you work on off the cuff enough, and you get really good at it. You know, so that's basically what these guys here in Summer League. They work on something enough, you're gonna get good at it. And as we speak, the Knicks cut the lead to 10. So here goes that move. See, like Grimes just did that stupid ass in and out move. You guys were getting on me 2 games ago when I was talking about it. You know, saying that Grimes is hot garbage. He doesn't have a move. You know, that move it just doesn't work. Maybe it did in college, but it's not going to work in the NBA. You know, definitely gonna have to figure that out. That move he got eliminated out of his repertoire, Mr. Grimes. Like I said, I could be overcritical as much as I want to, but you know, I love these players, man. You know, like I'm talking about Obi really bad, you know, but I love these guys, man. You know what I'm saying? I love Grimes. I talk bad about Grimes too, but I love Grimes. You know, I love what I'm seeing from him. You know, I'm critical tonight again for McBride as well, but I love this kid. You know, I feel like, you know, once they figure out the pro game, once they get the little tricks, once they get used to it, you know, they're gonna be ready, man. You know, they're gonna be ready. They're gonna be definitely ready to play. These are good guys. This is not something that development. We don't have to develop skills. These guys already have that play. So that's what's gonna be very beautiful about the guys we have. So, you know, take whatever I'm saying with a grain of salt. You know, like I said, I love these guys, man. We're getting close to crunch time. So that's why I call it halftime to crunch time. For those that don't know, I usually come on at halftime and then I stay on until the end of the game. Once again, due to family stuff, man, and I'm never really settled until halftime. So since I'm settled now and I can get my beer, I don't have a beer tonight, you know, but I can get my beer and drink in peace, you know, without the kids and my wife bothering me. Then I can get busy, man. So I'm quite sure a lot of you would feel the same way. So get ready for the halftime shows. Nice little alley-oop to Obi Toppin, man. Just falling asleep there, you know, a little broken play. You know, there's not a lot of athletic big guys on that court there, man. So they're not going to find Obi. Obi is moving a little bit too fast for the group that's out there. You know. So the Knicks actually might be able to win this game, man. So anyway, crunch time. Crunch time for me is about the 5-minute mark. So right now we're like halfway through there. Right now, like 240, about 240 right now. Cade hits a clutch 3-pointer. You know, so my thing is, if at the 5-minute mark, whoever goes on a run is usually the team that wins, right? So right now, Detroit is the one going on the run right now, so that's more than likely the team's gonna win. In today's NBA, 2.5 minutes is a lot. You know, 2-minute mark right now is still an eternity because of the 3-point shot. You know, but Detroit just hit back-to-back threes, so that's the run right there. That's the run to seal the game, and the game is more than likely over. Like, you always want to win. You don't care to win. You don't care to win because this is summer league. You know, we're just trying to scout, but you really want that win, man. So Sadiq Bey just twisted his ankle really bad. I feel like that should be the end of the night for him. You know, there's nothing to prove. They already got the lead. There's too many possessions left. They're not gonna Knicks are not gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? So just take their players out and let's let this play out, man. Don't hurt your guys for no reason. That's something that Sim is absolutely not Sim. Shout out to MBK. I'm thinking about you, Sim. Shout out to Tibbs. Because Tibbs has a problem playing guys too many minutes. So this year he won't do that because we have a lot more talent. At least I'm hoping. I'm hoping this year there's a lot more guys that he could trust to put out there that he's not going to play guys for heavy minutes. So right now my internet looked like it might be dropping a little bit. So you might see a little distortion, and especially in the video. Hopefully the audio is going good. So I apologize for that because I'm just looking at the internet right now. It's a funny thing. Around this time of night, the internet gets kind of choppy for some reason. So anyway, let me see. We got Jarrell. I love our young guys, bro. Love them. Shout out to Chef New York. I see you guys, man. Yeah, he has to get over you. Yeah. Yo, but not for nothing. He scored that 32 points. It wasn't floaters. It wasn't all floaters. It wasn't all step backs. A lot of it, he sealed his man off. Was able to get nice little jump shots. A lot of good layups and stuff. Getting to the line, that type of thing. Tonight Detroit. I guess they have a bunch of video to look at, so they basically locked him up. Since the game is basically over, let me see what our big guys have. Obi Toppin got 27 points. Detroit really don't have anybody that could find him. They don't really have. They're physical, playing good physical defense, but I think they're just letting him roam while they're locking everybody else up. Travis Reed. Wherever he came from, he's got to go back. He's got to get back into shape. Because Reed, excuse me, I keep saying Travis Reed. Reed Travis, he started the game for us. He only played 11 minutes. Out of shape, completely out of shape. Like it's a moment, man. Your moment is coming. You gotta prepare for it. How dare you show up to summer league out of shape? You want to make an NBA team and you're not in shape. That's on you, my brother. McBride is having a bad game scoring, 1 for 13. The last game he blew his load, I guess, because he was like, I don't think he missed from three. I think he had like 6 3-pointers last game, something like that. So this game he's 1 for 13, 0 for 7. Here goes Selden. Selden is trash. He's another guy that's probably going to go to Europe and make a lot of money in Europe. But just the NBA game is just not. It's not it for him. Maybe playing in the system, it might be a little bit better for him. So him playing on the next level might be a little bit better because he might be just a system guy. Playing this scrappy style or summer style ball is not really for him, probably. So I mean, these guys are NBA players, man. So I can talk as much junk as I want to about them because I'm not out there shooting. I used to play, but I'm older now. I got kids. I got to work 12 hours just to make it. I got to work 12 hours a day just to make it. And I'm not a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So I can't play basketball all day long. You know what I'm saying? But these guys do. They have the time, the money, and the resources. So there's no excuse. Yeah, the game is winding down. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Sadiq Bey is dancing and prancing top of the key. We got Garza. I love that setup for the jump shot because he can get that at any time, and I think he can knock it down too. So Garza, look out for Garza, man. If he can continue to stay in shape and keep getting stronger, he's a guy that I think you should keep an eye on as far as becoming like a name later on down the line. Not saying he's gonna be a 20-point a game scorer, but I am saying it. Maybe you never know. Here goes Grimes with a nice little drive. See his moves is not really in and out, in between the leg stuff. It's just really changing the direction and just going for it kind of thing. He just has like pro moves, man. So he could get to the basket, but don't expect a lot of flash when he does it. Let me get to Quickly. Quickly was 3 for 15. Bad shooting night. I thought he had a bad game passing the ball, but he got 9 assists. Only 3 turnovers. To the 9 assists, 6 fouls. In summer league you're allowed 10. So he has 6 fouls. That's why you still see him in the game now. He's drawn fouls pretty good. Right now he's about to go to the line again. He's 3 for 4. He's more than likely going to be 5 he's more likely going to be 5 and 6 by the time this is over. Who else is there to talk about? Rokas played well, 7 points. He played decent, only 10 minutes. I would like to see him play a lot more, but I think this might be our last preseason game. Who else here? Grimes, of course. Grimes had 15 points. He was 3 for 3 from 3-point line. That's 9. So then he had 4 points from off of 2-point shots and stuff. So he was decent, 15 and 6. So I guess you want to call this his breakout game. We got some good players, man. Enough of that. I guess I'll just watch the rest of the game. See what you guys are talking about here. We got Soulfinger. This is the first time I'm seeing Soulfinger here. Soulfinger. Woo! What you talking about? IQ needs to find different ways to affect. Yeah, absolutely. He's a chucker, so that right now it's nice to see that he's able to get the assists. He's showing the ability to get to the basket. To get to the line, which is excellent. He's gonna make his free throws easy points for him. But just figuring out the in between stuff is what's gonna make him go to the next level. Also, learning how to play at a better pace. Not get so frustrated when you don't get your calls, because I can see his frustration level is a lot different than it's been the last 3 games. So that's going to be interesting with Quickly. But Quickly is not going to be asked to be the point guard, man. We got Kemba Walker and Rose. So I think that's going to be one of the better point guard tandems in the NBA, man. You got Kemba Walker started, and Derrick Rose as the backup. Wow. Here goes Obi with another dunk. These guys, they just can't mess with him. He's open too fast, and if he's in the pocket, Obi's gonna score. And you're not gonna be able to stop him. If he gets into the pocket, meaning gets into space, get Obi into space, he's gonna score. That's basically it. He's gonna be able to dunk that basketball. The in between stuff is gonna be that next level for him as well. Man, the effort is good, man. Right now, the Knicks brought it back down to 7. 40 seconds left. If he makes that 3, holy shit. He makes the 3. It's a 2-possession game. Okay, they're not fouling. It's a turnover. What did they call? What did they call? So it's Knicks ball, if I'm not mistaken. See what happens every time I talk, the opposite happens, man. Yeah, man, look at the effort. Thank you, Mr. Parrish, for snapping me out of my ranting here. But Mr. Greenhouse, yeah, you're back here. Look at the effort. Love the team effort. Yeah. So let me pay attention, man. This is a 2-possession game now. 4-point lead by Detroit. Knicks are at the line. Rokas got to make these free throws. He misses his first one. Sucks, man. If he made the free throw, then you're talking about a 1-possession game. Wow, man. So he still can make one free throw. Make one free throw, you're still a 1-possession game, 3-point shot. So Rokas must make his 3-pointer, must make his free throw right now. You're talking about a 1-possession game. So he has to make this free throw. He rattles it in and makes the free throw. So here we go, Detroit. Detroit, is in the lead. So Detroit does not need to push the ball. They do not need to force a shot. Detroit, they just need to come down. They run their offense. Hopefully, be able to get something going, because they've been able to do it all year, all year in season, all game. Here we go. This is exactly what they want. Get the ball up as fast as possible. Eat clock. Okay, and there's the foul. So that's not what the Knicks wanted to do. The Knicks wanted them to ease the ball down the court. Maybe force them into a bad shot. That's what the Knicks wanted, but they were able to advance it all the way. So now you got to foul, because they advanced it. Now you're gonna play keep away. That's not what you want. So now we got to count on some missed free throws here. So this is Mr. Saban Lee. So Mr. Saban Lee, he got fouled there. He actually got fouled by Quickly. Quickly was holding his hand there. It's crazy, man. Yeah, we got some young dogs, man. The guys were scrappy towards the end there. So Saban Lee, he's got to make his free throws. Right now, he just made his first one. Still a 2-possession game, 4 points. If he makes this, it's still a 2-possession game because you got 5 points. He makes it. Still a 2-possession game. Knicks have to get they don't have to, but they really need to score. They need a 2-for-1 and a stop. Quickly gets blocked at the rim. So that might be the end of the game there. Yep. So that's pretty much the end there. Nice try by Quickly. I feel like he kind of went. He fell asleep on that drive. That might not have been the best play there. I would like to see this expanded a little bit because right now he drove in. Somebody's open, so maybe he should have looked for the pass. I don't see anybody else open. Nobody cut. It would have been nice for somebody to cut because the double team came in. So somebody wasn't paying attention. Either somebody went to the 3-point line and hoping that Obi would quickly would find him. He really should have followed behind City Bay and made himself available for the pass. So anyway, this looks like it might be a loss here, but 6-point lead is still a 2-possession game. All right, now we're talking about a 3-possession game with 10 seconds left. It's going to be very hard for the Knicks to win this one. But they almost, me talking, I almost talked myself out the game. So, I mean, right now it's a 3-possession game because the Knicks can hit two 3-pointers, which will make it 6, but they're up 7. So it's crazy, man. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, they're good to see us fight. Quickly, somebody should have cut. That's my opinion. I think somebody should have cut. And maybe if I'm talking about the floater, maybe Quickly should have made a floater at that point, right? We were saying that Obi needs to do something other than the floater. I think at that point he should have made a floater at that point. The corner pass with Killian Hayes there, right? I think he probably could have jammed it. He probably could have jammed that pass. But at the same time, maybe that person should have cut. Or definitely the person that Sadiq Bey was guarding should have cut. But like you're saying, it's definitely he probably could have made that pass to whoever Killian was guarding, and they would have got a 3-point shot up, and then at least get the shot up. You have a chance for it to go in. So I agree with you. He could have made that pass there. And so that's good, man. Yeah, if we had Sims, I think we would have won. It would have set the tone would have been set a little bit better in the beginning of the game. Because this guy, like I keep saying, this guy Reed Travis, it was trash, man. He did not do good for himself, man. So it's not just the NBA. Other teams overseas is watching too. So I feel bad for a dude like that, man. But at the same time, man, you got to show up to these games in shape. It's a job interview, my man. You got to show up to these games in shape, ready to go. So I don't think he was ready to go. So that's definitely showing for him, man. What's the score right now? It's 64-91. You got a 7-point lead. Quickly got to get this shot up. He just chucks it up. And he got fouled. Yeah. Quickly makes his free throws, man. So you add 3 points to 84. We're talking about what? 87 to 91. I think guys want to go home at this point, man. I don't think anybody wants to see overtime. We'll see. But that was a foul, say, Mr. Lee. Here's a question: should Quickly make his first 2 and then miss his last one? That would be interesting. Make this free throw. Once again, I apologize if I have any visual mess ups. All right, but right now the Knicks are down 85-91. So does he miss his last free throw and try to get the rebound to get a 3-pointer or something like that? Just for shits and giggles. He did miss it, but Obi tipped it in. I don't think he meant to tip it in. I don't think that's what will happen, but that's still good. It basically, don't take no time off the clock, which is good. So this is funny shit here. It's still a 2-possession game. 2-possession game with 5 seconds left. So, I mean, they can steal the inbounds pass. Steal the inbounds pass and cause a turnover or something like that. That'll probably be like the best case scenario. Cause the ball to go out of bounds, Knicks ball. That's basically the only thing the Knicks can do right now. You know what I'm saying? Because if they get a steal, and unless they make a 3, do a LJ 3-point play, that's not really going to happen for them. Well, the Knicks are definitely going to have to force a turnover and get the ball back with no time to come off the clock. That'll make it interesting. And then we could talk about LJ 4-point play stuff. Wouldn't that be funny? That'd be some wild stuff. There's already been 2 sudden death games this year. So it'll be interesting to see the Knicks' sudden death. I don't think it's happening tonight, but we'll see. Uh, yeah, I agree with you with that corner pass, my brother. Mr. Jarrell. Yes, if Sim was there, he definitely would have made the game much better. Uh, we didn't see MJ Walker for much of the game either. He actually was playing good defense. Maybe he should have been in the game. Maybe that would have made a difference. But they're trying to make playing time for guys that are actually going to be in training camp. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. Uh, yeah, of course. I got you, man. I got you. All right, so here we go. Inbounds play. They got to get a turnover. Turnover timeout. Turnover timeout or turnover out of bounds. Something like that. Let's see what happens. Right now, the Knicks are all facing their players here. Man defense. All hands on deck. Nightmare. Okay, they foul right away. Who got fouled there? That's Mr. Saban again. Saban is a professional guy, so he's probably going to make his free throws. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. Mr. Parrish Duggar, thank you for hanging out. We got Chef New York, thank you for hanging out. Of course, Mr. Jarrell hangs out every single time. Greenhouse is always here too. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for coming and keeping me company while I'm calling the game here. For those that are quiet, not really involved in the chat so much, man. Thank you for taking a peek. Once again, I apologize for the internet. Man, what's going on here? Quickly pushing the ball up. They're gonna let him get the rebound. Of course, he gets blocked from behind. No call. No call. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do that to stars. You know what I'm saying? If a star does that, they're gonna call a foul. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. He got a lot of his head there. So I don't know. He goes, Obi. Ooh. If he made that would have been fun. But anyway, Knicks lose 93-87. It was a good game, not for nothing, man. The Knicks were down by a lot in the beginning. I want to say they were down by 15. Let's take a look at this on the big screen here. I'm gonna do like the game splits really quick before I get up out of here. Once again, I think I might be a little bit overheated. That's why the internet is down a little bit. But we'll do this. Let me look at the game chart here. The Knicks were out rebounded by 7. Assists were about the same. The Knicks got a lot of steals, 11-2, which is interesting. 10 blocks for Detroit. We just don't have enough size. So we got stuffed at the rim a lot. Turnovers for Detroit had 18. 6 turnovers for the Knicks. The tail of the game is basically that 3-point shot. I think Detroit hit more 3-pointers than us. You can see the differential there. At the clip too, 50% at clip, and Knicks only shot 28%. You know what I'm saying? We didn't shoot well from the field either. Altogether, the free throw shooting was bad as well. Points in the paint, the Knicks had 40, even though we got blocked a lot. That's all Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin had like almost damn near 30 of those. What else we're talking about here? Second chance points is about even, 17-12, and fast break points is about even. Both teams are looking to walk the ball up. Biggest lead, that's what I wanted to show you. Biggest lead, Detroit was up by 21 at one point. So the Knicks were fighting an uphill battle all game. The Knicks only tied it once. The longest run was 11, and I believe that was Detroit. And the Knicks never had the lead. You know what I'm saying? So there was an uphill battle all game. And it still was fun though, man. It's fun to see the young guys get a good sweat. You can look at the shot chart on the Knicks is on the left-hand side, if you guys can see this. Left-hand side, that's basically what the Knicks want to do. They're trying to get 3-pointers, they're trying to get shots at the basket, and they're trying to make it happen in the corner there and also on the top of the key. So once the big guys get here, the shot chart is basically going to be the same. We're running the same offense, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing during the season. Look at Detroit. Detroit straight 3-and-D team. If they're not shooting the 3-pointer, they're trying to get a layup. You know what I'm saying? Not too many in-between shots. All the in-between shots is the majority of misses. You know what I'm saying? So they're going for the dunk and layup, or they're going for a 3-point shot. That's 3-and-D teams. We don't usually play well against those teams traditionally, especially with the big crew. So that's foreshadowing for the future. Let's see what else we can do here. I guess we can just go back to the box score. Obi Toppin did have 31 actually, so that's basically all the points in the paint. 31, he did hit a lot of threes too, 2 3-pointers. So shout out to Obi Toppin. Rokas played pretty good. He had a nice little stint with MJ Walker. He came in and played pretty good. Gave us a spark. That's what got us back into the game in that second quarter. But we didn't go back to that too much. And it was just a uphill battle all game. Quentin Grimes had his best game as a Knick, especially this is summer league here. 15.7 rebounds, 3 assists. His best scoring game, I want to say, because even though he didn't score as much, I think he played better in the last 2 games. I want to say. Shout out to Amir Sims. He didn't really do much for us. Played 9 minutes. I really would like to see him do something for us. We'll see what happens with that. McBride had an off game as well. He only had 4.6 fouls. What is this? 4 assists, 2 steals. He didn't have a good game. Only 1 rebound. He played 26 minutes also. He didn't have a good game at all. 2 for 14. Quickly also was 4 for 18. He didn't have a good game scoring the ball. He did have 9 assists. He did have 2 steals. So that's interesting. Getting to the line, like I said, he did pretty well at that. Wayne Selden, shout out to him. Hopefully he has a contract in Europe and he can just go back. Reed Travis, if somebody could tell him, get in shape, my brother. Get in shape and let's see what you can do next time. If you get it next time, that's the damn problem. So anyway, man, this has been halftime to Crunchtime. So go check out your favorite podcaster, man. Of course, I'm always going to shout out Sim. Sim should be going on at about 10:15 to 10:30 or so to do the post-game show. So shout out to Simmy and Russell. If anybody else is on that you enjoy, go enjoy them too, man. You know what I'm saying? Support your podcasters. Because guys are out there putting out good talent, sweating at the neck in their own house. You know what I'm saying? Doing content and stuff like that, man. So it is what it is, man. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, hopefully you can see me pretty good. Hopefully you can hear me pretty good. Like I said, the something's going on with the internet over here. We had a couple storms recently, and my car got destroyed also, man. A freaking branch smashed my car. Thank God I got 2 of them. Thank God I got 2 cars. You know what I'm saying? God bless. You know what I'm saying? But one of my cars are out of commission at the moment because a freaking tree smashed down on it. You know what I'm saying? It's been bad weather, so that might be attributing to what you see on the internet stuff. So anyway, be on the lookout for the halftime to Crunchtime show during the regular season. I'll be doing coming in at the halftime and finishing up the Crunchtime. You never know who'll pop in. I really don't know who's gonna pop in from day to day. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So you'll see a guest, me bouncing back and forth with guests, or you might just see me. Also too, phone lines are open as you see at the bottom of the screen. If anybody called, I'm sorry I ignored your call. I ignored your call, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to call in next time, that's the number. You'll be able to do that. Anyway, it's your boy Eru. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking that thumb. Salute. See you guys on the next one. Don't forget to hit the like before you leave. It's free. All right, peace, y'all. Shout out to the chat. Thank you for tuning in.